Hey guys, Tyler again, here for another round, even though this will probably just end up being a video blog. Quit my job yesterday. I mean, to be fair, I gave it a week. It was just really hard labor, nothing I couldn't necessarily do, but so it brings me to today's topic, life. It's awful short. We spend a lot of time running in a hamster wheel within it. I've spent most of my life thinking about that. A lot, actually. I mean, I know everybody's probably looking for the answer in one way or another, but eventually we just default to falling in the moments in our lives, our families, the people that surround us, our jobs. That little world is what encompasses 90% of our entire existence. And I know that it's kind of hypocritical for some of us, especially when we're turning the age, to be complaining about the fact that we don't get to live long enough, when plenty of us either start out not being able to live at all, or have defects or problems, or they don't ever get a normal life. Or people like me with 5 fingers and 5 toes, and I have never had a major health issue in my life. Cross my fingers, probably coming. I haven't been to a doctor in 10 years, but it feels hypocritical, but still, to me, I feel like everything is way too short to deal with really anything, right? You can talk about how morality is supposed to keep you in a certain kind of check, but from what I'm seeing, there really isn't any. I'm not saying that I'm gonna, turn to the dark side and become a supervillain or anything like that. But I don't really see, if I choose to be good or to be bad, that's just a personal choice. Honestly, it's nothing that binds us, right? Because we tell ourselves that God binds it, if you're religious, or that there's just a basic moral code that we've all agreed upon over the existence of humankind. And most of us, we follow by that because we like to feel the same way in return. We like to feel like we're being loved and we're being appreciated, and we would like to have that happen to us. So, most of us would want to, mirror that back to the world. But where there's just as much good, there's just as much evil, right? And it doesn't ever seem like the ultimate evil is ever really mopped up entirely or held entirely accountable. There's always somebody that squeaks through the cracks. We can see that very, very clearly in today's little debacle that we're in. So I don't know. Life's just too short. For those of you out there that are spending all of your time trying to get to tomorrow, it's never coming. You might get to a point where you have enough finances just to be comfortable, but that's really all you need. Where is your comfort level, right? So if your comfort level is you need a Bugatti, well, then that's the kind of lifestyle you want, then go for it. Most of us are comfortable being somewhere in a middle to upper class area. And then, we all are supposed to be trying to help pull poverty up to us. And sure, there's always going to be some people taking advantage of that system. It doesn't matter how perfect any humanitarian system is, it's going to be able to be abused. There's just going to be, we're going to have to put checks and balances in, and we do our best to keep that out. But it doesn't mean stop humanitarian aid to the entire world. It doesn't mean protect the world from deadly viruses. Stop doing that. It doesn't mean let's shut down all of our social programs and take away the basic stuff that we used to try to just have on television to teach children those morals. Like PBS with the bill, the little dancing bill that did the song, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the Sesame Street, all the little things that we could put on for our children in the past, where now all they're begging for is a whiny little 2-year-old named Caillou, right? It's not that a lot of parents are agreeing that the moral question there is still there in a way, but it's kind of being delivered. And you want to know why? Because PBS was doing it right, guys. We had a system that our tax dollars paid for the benefit of the next generation. You all want to fucking talk about the next generation? No. What we're talking about now is you guys are only concerned about your generation, your bubbles. Your bubbles. That's the life bubbles that you're in. And I guess if that's all that can make life worth it to you, then I can't tell you otherwise. And nobody can know what's going to happen next with as bad as things are getting. But you can't keep your head in sand forever, because it's really looks like it's going to be knocking at our door. I keep saying that, and it's been a slow crawl, and I think they're doing that on purpose. They're really making sure that they have enough gumption to actually push through with this. But if you guys have not been paying attention, you at least should, yeah. It's too short, guys. I'm still trying to decide again whether it's so short that I would want to even spend this time trying to defend you guys, right? And myself, when I could just spend out the last bit of whatever's left here. I mean, hopefully we make it through, right? We're all praying on the midterms, even though everything looks corrupt as shit. Who knows? It might happen like it always does, right? Every cycle, we're all like, oh, we're at the edge. I mean, this one feels a little particularly close. Maybe I'm wrong, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do if you're wrong? And you can't just ignore this. And this has been a slow rollout because they're testing the waters. What are you going to do when they finally put the military in your street? When they finally are so fed up with our protests that have been peaceful and legal so far, by the way, that they declare martial law or some other old ass fucking shit that doesn't work in today's world. What then? What does a civil war even look like in this country? What does World War III look like, for that matter? He's not only poking us, he's poking the United Nations. The heroes of the planet, right? I mean, I know there's corruption everywhere, guys, and you guys are going to make comments like, oh, you know, but they did this and he did that. And yeah, there's corruption everywhere. We got to realize that. We got to all agree that there is evil and good. We just need to keep the balance in the good. When there's ultimate corruption showing its face, we're supposed to be shutting it down. That's what America's supposed to do. That's why we go and do those stupid wars overseas that, even though it turned out that Bush was doing it for whatever fucking reason, the main reason that we all wanted him to do it was still the reason that America pushes forward. Because we want the world to be a better place. We want these other countries to secede and finally just try to start getting along with each other. We were supposed to be that country. We're not supposed to fall to their fucking savagery. Thanks for watching.